There's Larry.
Pardon?
I thought I already got there.
That's Wally Brandon.
Ah. There we go. Let's see. Wait for that to come up, we'll go ahead and go. We'll call the meeting to order. Let the record reflect this is a meeting of the Lawrence County Athletic Beverage Board. Fourth day of August, 2025. No remonstrance for President, I guess. Are you with?
Hospitality.
Gotcha. Okay. Will all new applicants or those seeking renewal after violation, please raise your right hand. Got to keep it up. Do you swear or affirm under the penalties of perjury that the answers given on your application and any interest, any questions asked by the board to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Items on the agenda today for automatic renewal: Five Star Hospitality LLC, Dollar General Store 157, Brothers Cigar Lounge LLC, and Hook Super X 065. And those are without violation or remonstrance. I'll make a motion to approve automatic renewals.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries 3-0. We'll change it up. We'll go with the new permit, Healy 7 Incorporated, DL 47 34199. We'll come forward. All right, if you could state your name and then tell us about your business.
L7 being Kalpesh Patel.
Okay, you literally just repeated everything he told you to say. Do you read and speak the English language?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So are you the applicant?
Yeah, I'm the applicant.
Okay, so what is your name?
Kalpesh Patel.
And you live in Ellettsville?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and tell us about your business. Tell us about your store.
Grocery convenience store.
Okay, this is a convenience store?
Yeah, grocery convenience store.
A grocery or convenience store? Okay. There's a grocery convenience store, okay. Do you own any other businesses in the state of Indiana?
Yes, sir.
Or what do you own?
I own in last 10-15 years.
What are
Was
places?
Sanford, Indiana.
Okay, what do you own?
Alex.
You own the Blue Jay
Yeah, that's
in Sanford? Okay,
yes, Blue Jay Junction.
okay,
Alexville, Indiana. Avoca Food Mart, Mini Marts.
okay. And this is gas pumps, small
Yes.
convenience store, kind of like Blue Jay, or is it different?
No, there is no different. This is convenience store right now, but I'm planning maybe later the pumps.
And are you the sole shareholder of the corporation? It has you listed as 100%. Do you have business partners in this?
No, 100%.
Do you own the building or the property where the license is going?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any criminal convictions or ones that you failed to disclose? You ever been arrested for a crime and convicted?
No,
of a
no,
crime?
we don't.
In this location, because I was stuck in traffic and didn't get to drive over to it yet, this is located at 1423 L Street.
Yes,
Okay. I looked at the map just briefly, but are you within 200 feet of a church or a school? Are you close to a church or a school?
No, sir.
It would be, I don't know what the distance is between that and the Presbyterian Church on the opposite corner.
Okay, let's have a look at it. It's an active church?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
yes, First Presbyterian Church.
So this used to be like a service station?
Yes.
Grocery convenience store. It used to be for the service station,
Okay,
a long time.
so where is this church? There's a smoke shack across the street. Oh, there's a big church right down the corner, rather obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 157.5 feet away from the church. Statute would allow, if the roadway is 30 feet in width, for you to be within 85 feet. So let's see how, oh, this road is. Say most two lane. Ooh, it is not.
Oh,
Okay, so the road width by statute is 30 feet. So it says, a roadway that is 30 feet in width, you can be within 85 feet, so long as you're separated by road. Doing the measurement of the road from sidewalk to sidewalk, the road is not 30 feet in width by statute. And you're inside of 200 feet of the church itself. Do you understand what I've said so far? Okay. So what you need to do, what you're required to do is obtain a written letter from the church stating that they are not opposed to you obtaining a license at that location. Just for the sake of it. So what is the cross street on, Mel? Was that 15th Street?
yes.
Is that a 4 lane or is that a 2 lane?
It's a 2-lane.
2-lane with parking on both sides.
Okay, let's hold off on that for a second. Let's measure this one, because this would actually be more of the road. Let's clear that measurement. Okay, so that's 30, basically 36.5 feet in distance. And 15th Street is actually a cross street, I guess.
Yeah.
That would be between the church and that. Okay, so I have no objection to that. Being more than 30 feet and more than 85 feet. So disregard what I just said.
Thank you.
All right, any questions for this gentleman on his permit application?
No.
I don't have any other questions. You've not had any issues at the Blue Jay, you've been open there for a while, right? Yeah, and it's.
It's been open almost 4 years.
Okay, yeah, okay. I recognized him. I didn't recognize you immediately, but yeah. Have you had any issues at Blue Jay?
No,
Yeah, I didn't think that you
I
had.
think the locals absolutely love it. They have good quality food there.
Okay,
Smooth
no,
operation.
it's real busy station.
yeah. Ellisville is out of my scope, but I know where this is, so,
We remember seeing.
And Bruceville too. My wife partner, but not me.
okay. I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, motion to approve is made and seconded. Do you have your affidavit for your own son?
Listen.
Yeah, that's it, exactly.
Master.
Gotcha. That's right. Okay, very good. This will go to the state commissioner for a vote. Let's see, commission's tomorrow, so it can't go to that one. We will look for it to go on the 19th of August.
You want us to vote?
Hmm,
You want us to vote?
No, well, we didn't do it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye, okay, yeah, good call, Charlie. Yeah, that's helpful. Okay, so vote approved here because the state commission on the 19th should be good after the 19th. Can I answer any questions for you?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Best of luck.
Good to go.
Yes.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you.
you.
Last remaining item, Brisa still Soul Incorporated. Morning. Let's see, you're back with us today on some violation issues. One, I lost connection. I've been having a time with this one. You got a violation in 2024, which brings you back to us today. So I guess in your own words, tell us a bit about the violation that occurred in 2024, why that occurred, and what you've done to rectify that.
That was about the form, how it's spelled. My bookkeepers made an honest mistake on. I think was the question if I ever was convicted to crime of it. And they separated no, and I have been
Okay, so, and this has come up a few times. This came up with all of your restaurants previously. You received a violation for every restaurant.
That was at the same time
And that was in 2023 that you were given those violations for falsifying your application.
correct.
Okay, and then as soon as I get my connection back up here, I'll look. I'm not sure that you were cited for this again, just going off memory here. But that does continue to be an issue with your applications that you're putting, no, I've never been convicted.
I believe that was only one mistake from the,
You in fact signed your name. I see your bookkeeper saying over here now.
no, he's my partner, but they were here last time.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, right, yes, yes. Oh, okay, okay, I thought you guys were together. No, that's my mistake, yeah. No, no, you're fine, to leave. Same with this shown over here, you're fine to leave. That's fine. So let me bring this back up here. Keeps telling me I have no connection. Still no connection. This is not a link. All right, let's recess here for a minute while we work out this connection issue. You can have a seat for a minute while I try to get this working again. We're gonna be connected to the VPN, but not connected to the VPN. Six. No. Has decided to cooperate. Okay, we'll call it back. So, okay, so this violation occurred on August 21st of 2024 at 1:20 in the afternoon. And you were given a violation for sale without a permit.
Yes,
Okay, so talk to us about this violation for sale without a permit.
okay, we made a mistake that when we got approved and they confirmed that, you know, that we could sell alcohol, we didn't, we went and go ahead and start selling alcohol without the permit being present in our establishment.
Well, kind of. You guys were given, I'll just read from the report here.
Yes.
Okay, so it was unclear, however, at local board whether or not the premise had corrected multiple violations for employees not having server training and the premise not maintaining copies of server training. So that would have been a part of the 2023 violations that you were given.
Okay,
A proof of compliance letter was mailed to the premise, meaning you. And it was requested that excise provide a copy of the letter to the premise. So one was mailed to you and then excise literally came to the premise and gave you a copy of said letter.
okay,
Okay. To ensure compliance with server training records. Okay, so in just the conversations that we had last year
Mhm.
at local board, part of what you were cited for was employee permit violations. You did not make it clear that you had rectified this situation. The Alcohol and Tobacco Commission voiced concerns over the fact that you had not clearly addressed whether or not this was completed, and they gave you a letter via two sources to show that you had come into compliance with the law.
correct.
Okay. The officers, and this letter of extension also, you're given a letter of extension that expired on July 17th of 2024. Okay. At 11:50 a.m., Officer Irwin entered the premise to investigate, as was requested by the Alcohol and Tobacco Commission, and observed that a Monarch van was out front of the premise. Once Officer Irwin was inside, he observed an employee of Monarch tending to a beer tap. He was greeted by a male employee, was seated, requested a bottle of beer. He was served the bottle of beer. He paid $3 for the beer. And as he was paying, the male employee mentioned that they had a permit and that they were renewing it. So he makes the comment to the employee, so you renewed it. And the male employee did motion to say that he had. Some contact was made after that, and it appears that that was not the case because you had failed to respond to this letter. And the Alcohol and Tobacco Commission had not renewed your permit because you had failed to respond to the letter.
Okay,
And this is where you were issued a notice of violation. So you were given a letter in July saying, please respond, please show how you've corrected this issue. More than a month went by and you had not cleared that up, and therefore a hold was placed on the permit that was not renewed. Okay.
okay,
It looks like there were some other issues related to employee permits and server training that the officer mentions in here. The issue or the notice of violation was issued for sale without a permit. Okay, so going back, just kind of looking at your history, right? And this goes back quite a ways. So in 2010,
understand.
you were issued a notice of violation for sale of alcohol to a minor, no employee permit, record of employee permit. And so those last two, they go hand in hand. You understand this, right?
I do.
Okay, so for the sake of the board, right? When you have an employee permit, you also have to maintain the record of the permit. So it's simply usually just a photocopy of the permit. It has to be available on the premises for inspection by an officer when it's requested. In 2023, you were issued notice of violation for sale without a permit and scope of liquor retailer permit, which means that you brought in outside alcohol from a non-wholesaler to the premise.
It was when we closed one of the restaurants in Bloomington. We
Okay.
transferred that liquor to this location, yes.
Okay, so clearly under a different corporation name than what was before, because you're not a purchasing agreement
Two separate-
outside
Two
of
separate
the same
corporations,
wholesale
correct,
corporation.
yes.
Okay, in 2023, You were issued a violation for falsification of records, which is what you were referring to here, but that was from last year, and determination of qualifications for falsifying, which is a felony. In 2023, again, no employee permit, regular employee permit required. Then you've been given warnings in 2018 for some signs and for keeping of employee permits twice, and then again in 2023 for the same thing. So you were issued 3 notices of violation in 2023. One of those was sale without a permit, and then you were cited again for it in 2024 for sale without a permit. This overall picture starts to tell me after your 5th notice of violation, especially within the last 2 years, that there is a level of care that is absent. So explain that and tell us why we should renew this permit, given that you have not placed much care into this restaurant.
Well, all the employees are certified and they have their permits.
Okay, and how is that? And tell us with great clarity how that is the case.
They go to this training and they need to qualify to sell alcohol, obviously.
Mhm.
And that's how all employees are certified to sell alcohol in that restaurant, that location.
So I'm looking at, which, what you said doesn't really clarify much at all for me. Part of the issue with your continued violations is that an officer comes in and he will say, is it Hercules, Hector, what's your name?
My name is Socrates.
Socrates,
Yeah.
right? I was gonna call you the wrong Greek guy. So Socrates, you're an employee here, you're a waiter. You would answer yes, I would ask you for your employee permit, you would give it to me. You're supposed to anyways. But in addition to that, then I would ask the owner for copies of it. And he is required to give me copies of it.
Yes,
So you just answer the question with, well, they're done. And that's it. So I'm looking for you to explain to me that you understand the law and how you've come into compliance.
I do. I do understand. And, you know, we do everything that we can by obeying the law. And I think a few times it's been miscommunication that they talked to a server and he didn't understood what they were asking for. And that's why it was a confusion on the permit, on his permit, I believe.
So it's your official statement that your employees, when the officer goes in to conduct an inspection, had an employee permit.
That's what happened to Irvin, I believe, that time.
To who?
Irvin, the server that I think he got confused about what he was being asked.
Okay, so you see in front of me, I have a computer.
Mhm.
And our computer holds databases of everyone who has an employee permit.
Right.
So before an officer would issue a notice of violation to a business, they would go to this, they would look in the database and they would ensure that the person either applied for it because it shows that,
Correct,
or obtained one.
right.
So to say that means that you're saying the officer didn't do his job.
I'm not saying that, no, that's what I got.
The person that was in charge, I was off that day, the person that was in charge when I'm not working, he don't know where, I keep all the papers with the liquor license and this training papers. And I think they asked him if he ever have like a training certificate. And he probably don't understand it and say, no, but they do, it might be expired, but they do on the past, they went to. the
Okay,
training.
well, then the answer to that question is no. Do you have your training certificate? They're not asking for historically, can you go back and show me every one that you've ever had? Because expired ones are like your expired driver's license. They don't enable you to drive down the road.
Yeah, I'm not, I'm recording to you, it was, I didn't know, the officer said it's not, obviously it was not
Okay.
expired.
That's a fair point. If it is expired, it is no good.
Right, yeah.
So who was in charge of checking to see if they're expired?
I went back and checked everybody, made everybody go to get it right away, and less than a month, everybody got the permits back.
Yeah, but do you understand that the issue is that an officer has to come in and write you a citation in order for you to decide on your own that this is now important and we need to do it? That is counterintuitive.
I should check at least once a year, but this time it went through it. I checked until they come,
And what, just for the record, since you're speaking, what is your name?
David
David,
Munoz.
David Munoz, all right, Mr. Munoz. You're a manager of this store?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Socrates
No.
is the owner.
I'm his partner, he has percentage from the business.
Okay, so he's part owner. Okay,
Mhm.
so what we're saying here is that I was gonna explain to you what vicarious liability is, but there's negligence on part of the ownership. What would happen to the business should you lose your license? How much alcohol do you sell a year, dollar figure?
A year?
Yeah.
Annually? I'll say 100,000.
$100,000. And how much do you sell in food annually?
Annually?
Yeah.
1.2, 1.1 probably.
So it's a profitable business.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
right, that's an easy question. Is it a profitable business? Yeah, I would say a
Yeah.
place that makes $2 million a year is a profitable business.
Right.
So why is there such negligence on something that is so easily remedied?
I can tell you right now that it will not happen again. I mean, I will,
I heard that last year.
well,
That is almost, just going off memory, but like, that's a pretty common statement. So like, tell us why we should tell us why we should renew your license. You're like, I promise it'll never happen again. And then you're back for a similar issue.
I was referring that wouldn't happen again last year, that the mistake that I made, not reading, in great detail, the permit application.
Okay. Which I give, to your credit, I'm looking at your application from this year and you did check yes that you have.
And to be honest, it was the same mistake and we corrected it. But on the permit for every each employee, we will make sure everybody is current and doing their job. That will not happen again.
How are you gonna do it? Don't tell me that you're going to do it. Tell me how you're.
Well, we're gonna check every quarter that every employee is up to date with their permits. And our policy is, if employee commits a error by selling underage, he immediately is let go. So that, that's one policy that we have.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're not talking about selling alcohol to a minor though. I
Right.
mean, it's up to you to determine whether you terminate somebody for that.
Mhm.
But I'm just looking at the history of the business going, there are just a lot of silly little things that you guys do
There's,
that are consistently done incorrectly. And this is like, you can point the finger at nobody other than the two people who say that they're the owners of the business.
we are responsible for every mistake is made. But I'm telling you, we will not make those mistakes from now on.
Yeah, do some kind of reminder, so that way we know exactly when the liquor license for the employees and ours are about to expire, so we can renew that before making a mistake.
Okay. All right, Larry, Shirley, any questions, comments, concerns?
One question is if the records were to be checked today,
Yes, sir.
would all of the employees that are responsible for serving alcohol be up to date with their training?
Correct.
The whole way it should be, I just hire a bartender into Lonago, and she got her liquor license. Not 100% sure about her training part, but I will check that today to make sure she bring me a copy or Gatorade.
Who's the day-to-day operations manager of the store?
His,
Okay, so you are. It's a bit of a red flag when you say, I don't know if she did this or not, like when we're in here talking about this very thing. Yeah, you need to make it your job to know and understand every employee and have every record. That is your job
Yeah.
in a $2 million a year restaurant in middle America.
How many employees do you have?
we do have,
6 waiters, 5 cooks.
we have around 12 employees and,
Around 15, something like that.
yeah, 12 to 15 employees, ma'am.
And about 10 of those serve alcohol.
No, only 6.
Okay,
Well, 6 waiters and our tenders, so it will be
so
7 and me, I got my license too.
is there a reason why you don't just put a reminder on your phone
That's
for
exactly
each
what
of
I'm
them?
starting.
Is it- I'm just a little confused by the lack of a process that gets you in trouble every time.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, yeah.
And we're not talking about a huge staff here. We're not talking 50 waiters and wait staff and, a large number of people. I mean, you're less than a dozen.
I completely understand.
Yeah, I mean, there's no excuse for us to have to come in here and ask these questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Floor is open for a motion. It's open for discussion.
Has everything been taken care of, other than just? I know you have an application here.
Yeah, yeah. So your license is active now. Are you working on a letter of extension or are you in good standing?
We just had an extension, so
Yeah.
Okay, when does your extension expire? I can go back to here.
I cannot remember on the top of my head. I think we got it from.
So this coming month or by the end of the month.
Okay. And you paid a fine for this violation. How much was your fine for this violation?
I believe it was 500.
The last one, 500.
And then you guys paid quite a lot for the last
Yeah,
violation.
we did. Uh-huh.
They've got an extension, or you guys filed an extension request in July.
Mhm.
Okay, so you would be good for a couple months there.
Correct.
Okay, so fine, to answer your question, yes, fines are paid. They're on the letter of extension, which allows them to operate. They're waiting on a decision here, a recommendation for the commission how to act.
And I'll make it my job to check at least once a month that everything is current and everybody's doing their job. And
Do you have a lot of turnover?
what do you mean by that,
Employees that work for a little while and quit and go somewhere else?
sir? On and off, especially the bar, it's, it's kind of hard to.
Okay, my recommendation to you, and this is what I want to see because I've done this for a real long time and I know that people are going to come in with a badge and ask you for this. When an officer asks to see copies of employee permits, every employee is required to have their employee
Okay.
permit on their person. Do you understand that?
We understand that,
Do you understand that?
for sure.
Every employee is required to have a copy of their training certificate on their person. Do you understand?
On their person,
Yes, do you understand?
yeah,
Do you understand?
Now I do. I think I just have to have a copy, but I do.
The business is required to keep a copy of both on premise and accessible at all times.
okay,
The easiest way to do that is to take both, make a single photocopy, put it into a file folder, keep that file folder in a place where it can be accessed. So when an officer comes in and says, I want to see the employee permit training and employee permit copy of every person that serves alcohol in the restaurant, you pull that file out
Mhm.
and you hand it to the officer.
okay,
Do you understand?
yeah,
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
It is a painless process to come into compliance with this.
it is,
You must develop a process by which you, within 60 days of expiration, get with your employee who is about to expire and have them reapply for a permit and then conduct the training again. That happens every 3 years.
yes, sir,
Unless it's a restricted employee, so unless you've got 18, 19, or 20 work in the family room. When they turn 21, the permit automatically expires. They have to get a new one.
Okay,
Do you understand?
we do. I do.
I make a motion to renew it for 1 year. We can see if you're compliant at that time. Frankly, nobody else has these kind of violations, with the numbers that you guys do.
I understand. We'll do better. I promise.
I'll second the motion for 1 year renewal. Motion is made and seconded. All in favor?
Uh,
This is an easy,
Yeah.
easy
Oh, yeah, I
situation to
understand.
fix.
Yes, sir.
When you get communication from the Alcohol Tobacco Commission, you have to respond to it.
Yep.
That's why you're here today. It's because you were negligent in responding to a letter that was given to you.
I completely understand.
All right. All right, cleaned up and let's not see you again.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it. Good day.
Have a good day.
That is all the business we have for today.